Hi guys, it's Dr. Christine Hafer from Full Life Chiropractic, here to talk to you about posture as part of our 12 days of wellness. Posture is a really big thing in keeping our bodies healthy, keeping our muscles and our bones engaged, and every person over 30 knows what it feels like to tweak their back. So let's talk about what we need to do to make sure our posture is firing properly and the muscles that need to support us are supporting us. So it all starts with our feet. We want to, I know you can't see my feet, but we want to make sure that our toes, our big toes, our pinky toes, and our heels are all like a triangle supporting us. Then we go up to the pelvis. In the pelvis, you can have an anterior pelvic tilt. A lot of moms will talk about losing their booty. This can be caused by an anterior pelvic tilt and the glutes not functioning, or you can have a posterior pelvic tilt. We don't want either. We want a nice, neutral pelvis. So the pelvis is like a bowl, and then we move up to our ribs, and our diaphragm is like a bowl. We want those to be right on top of each other. So one of the things that happens a lot in my postpartum moms is rib flare. As we accommodate to a growing baby, our ribs will jut out. We need to work on bringing those back in and engaging our core properly. So hips are here, ribs are nice and on top there. I'll give you some rib flare exercises to help work on that if you do find that you've got some rib flare. Shoulders are up and back, not pushed back, just nice and rested back. I'll give you some exercises to bring those back as well. And then of course we want our head just resting on top. So shoulders, ribs, and hips. So some of the exercises I'll give you today are things you can be practicing during the holidays and improve your posture. The first thing that I find that so many people, especially moms, but dads do this too, is they're not getting a proper hip hinge. So we bend down all the time. If we're bending down into lumbar flexion, that's hurting our back, it's stretching the wrong muscles, and it's putting a lot of the pressure of our heavy bodies into the joints of our back. We don't want that. What we want is a good hip hinge. So one way to practice this is by putting your hands right where your hips are, and then you lean back, with your booty. So you can practice this when you're going down to brush your teeth, when you're leaning down to grab something from your child. Big one is when you're getting casseroles or cooking from the oven, you bend down and you hip hinge, you pick up the casserole, put it up. So hip hinge is a way of life. It strengthens our glutes, and it's a normal pattern that we should have. The next thing that I like for people to work on during this time is regarding that rib flare, are called monkey claps. So you bring your arms together as much as you can. See, mine don't go all that way. And then what I'm gonna do is, without flaring my ribs, bring my arm back as far as I can, and then go back to normal. When this is done properly, you can feel engagement all over your back, in your rhomboids here, these muscles that pull your shoulder blades back. So you can start with a simple exercise like this, and then if that's just too easy, your ribs are super happy, you can work up to banded pull-aparts. So you're going to open without flaring your ribs, and then close. And you can bring this back as far as you're able to, and you can do those 10 times. If you do postural exercises every single day, you're better for it. The next one we have is 360 breathing. So this is something I work on with every single postpartum mom that comes through our office that I see. A lot of the time, we will breathe strictly into our belly. We talked about belly breathing for a long time. It's great, but we also need to talk about back breathing and full back breathing. So when we're breathing specifically into our belly and nowhere else, we're not getting the normal rib mobility. That causes mid-back pain, and it causes neck pain as well because things aren't moving properly. So when we're breathing into our entire back body and our abdomen and our low back. So it's basically like all the way around like a canister, opening and closing. You can work on that when you're at a stoplight, driving in the car. It's great in the car because you can feel your back expand into your car seat. So there's a lot of great ways you can practice 360 breathing all day long. It should be your normal breath pattern. When we get stressed, we tend to breathe up here. Then when we relax, it takes us a while to get back into that normal pattern. And the last, one of the most important exercises, maybe more important than hip hinges, is squats. So Squats are super important. With the squat, we want to send back our hips. Knees don't go in front of the toes. And then when we come back up, we're engaging our glutes and our core. It's a great core exercise. So one of the things you can do, you can grab onto a door, you can pull, and then come back up. But if you do squats multiple times per day, which is great for our bodies, that'll work on your posture. So hip hinges, monkey claps, 360 breathing, and squats, and you'll be on your way to better posture in the new year. Bye.